What is up, everybody? Greg2G here, and we've been having a blast playing Raziel, but yeah, let's go ahead and take a look at something we're really looking forward to still, and that is Diablo Immortal. Before we get started though, remember to hit like and subscribe so you can get all the best action RPG on mobile content as soon as possible. Hit that notification bell. Thank you very much. Alright, so some questions a lot of you have been asking about Diablo Immortal is the content, like the endgame content. Why haven't they shown any content? That sort of thing. Yeah, they haven't really shown any of the endgame content, but they did actually confirm what a lot of the endgame content is going to be. So at Blizzcon 2019, they had these little pamphlets, these little info, I'm not sure what you want to call them, but they handed out to people that gave a little bit of info, like just to break down what's in the game. And if you look at the bottom of this document here, at the very bottom it says more to come. Diablo Immortal will be armed to the teeth with a full array of features. Diablo Immortal comes fully loaded with a robust list of features including guilds, greater rifts, multiplayer dungeons, brand new zones, an updated Paragon system, in-depth inventory management, character skill selection, and more. There are many hours of dungeon crawling, demon slaying, and loot hoarding to be had. So let's go ahead and break that down real quick. So there will be guilds, and that's a great thing to know. And we already have a guild started in my Discord. If you want to join us for Diablo Immortal, we're going to take our Raziel guild over to Diablo Immortal. And yeah, everyone's welcome in the community. Join our Discord today. Anyway, yeah, so guilds are going to be there. And greater rifts. So it's interesting that they said greater rifts and not rifts and greater rifts, but I guess just by saying greater rifts, they must also mean there will also be normal rifts too, right? So if you guys aren't familiar with Diablo and maybe you're new to the genre altogether, rifts and greater rifts, if you're familiar with Raziel, I'll say it in Raziel terms. So there's Land of Hell in Raziel, and then there's Demon Land. So rifts would be the Land of Hell, and greater rifts would be Demon Land. I must say though, they do not work the same way in Diablo as they do in Raziel. In Diablo, there are no limits, so you can do it as much as you want for the most part. What you do is you do a greater rift, or do a normal rift, and then you get a greater rift key, and then you can do a greater rift after that. And there's no limit to how many times you can do rifts. Like in Raziel, it's like 3 times a day to do Land of Hell. In Diablo, you can do rifts 24/7, and the only limit for greater rifts are just the keys. So as long as you're farming rifts pretty regularly, you shouldn't have any problem doing those things as much as you want. So now the next thing they mentioned is multiplayer dungeons. So we have seen quite a bit of these. They have quite a few videos with little clips of dungeon bosses and just people doing dungeons and killing random things together. And yeah, looks like a lot of fun. So yeah, that's definitely confirmed, and it does look like they have a huge variety of different bosses and that sort of thing. So that's probably going to be the main group content. So like rifts, you can do in a group as well, but rifts are usually mostly, most players just do those solo. But these dungeon bosses look like you'll really want to have some friends there to help you out with those. So they have said there will be 7 instance dungeons and 8 open world zones. So a few other endgame things we can do that weren't mentioned in the document that we showed at the beginning are in the open world areas. So in the open world areas, there are going to be random events, random bounties, monsters, bosses to kill. There's this event here called Haunted Carriage, where you have to stop this carriage from reaching its destination and steal all the nice items and loot in their carriage from these minions of hell. And yeah, just more or less looks like there's going to be a lot of stuff to do in the open world areas, just running around, helping other people, doing random events and stuff like that. And of course, they're going to be adding more and more content, post-launch, more dungeons, new loot to farm, new minions to slay, new bosses to slay. It's going to be great. But let's move on to the last endgame feature they mentioned here, which was updated Paragon system. And that's going to be interesting to see. No idea what this updated Paragon system will look like. I can just show you what the Diablo 3 Paragon system looks like, which is basically just more leveling. You don't unlock any new skills or anything, but you can continue to increase your stats, your intelligence, your attack speed, your crit rate, and stuff like that. So you can continue to make your character stronger for many years to come. All right, so those are all of the endgame systems that they've told us about so far. Of course, there's definitely room for more to be added in the future. And I know one of you guys out there is probably going to ask about PvP. And I'm going to be 100% honest with you. I highly, highly doubt there's going to be any PvP in Diablo Immortal. If you look at the state of the PvP in Diablo 3, yeah, you should maybe look up at a YouTube video about Diablo 3 PvP and see why it doesn't work out so well in these games anymore. So yeah, maybe a possibility, but highly, highly doubt it, personally. Thank you all so much for watching. Remember to like and subscribe, hit that notification bell, follow me on twitch.tv/greg2g and twitter.com/greg2g. And we'll see you guys next time in the next video. Hope you guys are still hyped for Diablo Immortal. I'm just dying for more news. I'll bring it to you as soon as I get it. Peace and GG's.